Hello friends and welcome back to my tiny kitchen. I am Quintana here with another recipe to share with you, and this week ends the streak of new recipes, although not forever because I really like doing it. I was just craving this recipe. It's something that I found from Jamie Oliver's website, which is jamieoliver.com, and it is crispy roasted pork belly, and it is so delicious and I can't wait to share it with you, so let's get started. Okay, so now it's time for our parade of ingredients. And like I said, this recipe I did get from Jamie Oliver's website. And the first time I made it, I kind of made it to a T with his instructions, but now I just use it kind of as a base. And so this is kind of my twist on his recipe. So on to the parade of ingredients. First, we're gonna start with 2 pounds of delicious organic grass-fed pork belly. And I know 2 pounds sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but I'm thinking leftovers, and it's so nice to be able to have some pork belly tacos or a pork belly sandwich or some pork belly with your eggs or pork belly with anything because it's so delicious. So that's why I get 2 pounds of delicious, beautiful pork belly. So then we have the spice mix that I make to rub on the pork belly, and it's not like exact measurements, but it's about ½ teaspoon each of sea salt, ground black pepper, garlic powder, thyme, sage, and oregano. And obviously the thyme, sage, and oregano, they're all dried. And I just kind of mix it together, and then we're gonna rub that on the pork belly. Then we have 3 carrots that we're going to rough chop and toss into the dish with the pork belly. And of course, some celery. And the nice thing about since we don't have to really worry about this is mainly going to be for flavor and to flavor the sauce that's going to come with it. You can use the leaves, and that's going to add a bunch of delicious celery flavor to your dish. Then we have 1 onion that we're going to quarter and add to the dish. 1 bunch of fresh thyme. Is that a bunch? I guess, yeah. And you know this is something that I can get behind, a whole head of garlic that we're just gonna break open and throw it into the dish with all the other ingredients. You don't even have to peel it. And the next ingredients I list, there really is no measurement. I just kind of go with it. I'll try to do my best to explain how much I'm using. We're gonna use some olive oil, white wine, and AP flour, and maybe some chicken broth at the end if we need to. I'll let you know. But now let's get on to doing what we need to do to get this recipe going. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is heat your oven to the highest temperature it will go. Mine is 500, so I have that heating right now. We might hear the beep. And now I'm going to rough chop my carrots, my celery. I'm going to quarter the onion. I'm going to break the garlic bulb and put it in the tray to go underneath the pork belly. So let's get on it. All right, so now on to the star of the show. I would have preferred this piece to have a little more fat on top of it, but it's okay, we'll work on it. What we're going to do is take our little paring knife, and you're gonna score this fat part down to the meat. You don't wanna wanna try to avoid going down through the meat and just kind of do this top fatty layer so the olive oil can get in there and the spices can get in there. My mouth is already kind of watering. But yeah, so we're gonna do this to both pieces. All right, so now we're going to put these in the baking dish with all of our other ingredients and make the magic happen with the olive oil and spice rub. Now it's ready to go into the oven. And so we're gonna put this in the 500-degree oven for about 10 to 15 minutes until this starts to get nice and golden and crackling. And then we're going to turn the temperature down to 325 for about an hour and a half. Oh man, look at our delicious pork belly so far. So it's been roasting for an hour and a half. And now comes the wine. So carefully pour about a 3/4 cup of wine. I'm just going to pour it in the middle so it goes all over. About 3/4 cup of white wine, and then we're going to put it back in the oven for another hour. Ooh, I can't wait. Look how beautiful that looks just out of the oven. And our next step is going to be to make the gravy. So I'm going to remove the pork belly and let it rest, and then you'll see how we make our gravy. Okay, so now I have the dish set directly on the oven or on the burners, and I'm going to turn each burner on to about a medium-ish heat. And we're going to add the flour, thicken it up. And this is about a good heaping 2/3 cup of flour. So, got to get a pot holder. All right, so we're just going to mash it until it all kind of gets nice and happy together, until it all thickens up. Now that it's all kind of incorporated, we're going to add a few glugs of the wine. And mash it up. And since it's a little thicker than I'd like, I'm going to just add some water. And basically keep mashing and adding water until it's, the right consistency, and then you're going to strain it I usually strain it into another saucepan so I can keep it warm, and season with salt and pepper to taste. Look at that delicious pork belly sitting on its own gravy. So yummy and ready to be taste tested by our favorite taste tester, Dan.
Here we go. Oh, wow. That's like the most delicious piece of meat you could create in a lab. I might fall over. This is really good. I'll be eating this.
Great. What are the flavors?
They are like bacon had a baby with a piece of fried chicken, and so soft and tender and delicious, and umami town. And
really?
It's real good.
I don't know what I just said, but yay, I'm glad. There you have it, folks. And there you have your crispy roasted pork belly, which is so delicious. You heard the man. I can't wait to eat mine. That's waiting for me. I can't wait to eat my dinner. We're serving it with a side of sweet potato mashed potatoes and roasted Brussels sprouts and sweet potato mash, I guess. Sweet potato mashed potatoes, whatever. And then, of course, topped with that delicious gravy. Oh my gosh, I really, really hope you guys try it. Let me know if you do, because it is so delicious. Not sure about an episode next week. It's Thanksgiving after all, and we might be a little bit busy, but I'll try to do something. Thank you again for coming back to my tiny kitchen. I love having you. Don't forget to spread the word, tell your friends, like and subscribe. And until next time,